Who's new to energy work? Who has a hard time feeling energies? Right there? Okay. So the best thing to do in this moment is to relax. There's nothing to hold on to, be afraid of. It's okay to feel. That's where most of our power comes from, is our feeling nature, for sure. So we're all in the journey of basically ending our fear of our emotions, right? So this process that the elders have given me, I'm going to share with you, and then you guys can share with others. And it's planetary stewardship, planting seeds of change. And the seeds are our co-creation. Along with our elders, right? We have a certain level of power, and we can do so much with that power. And right now, humanity's at a point where we need a little bit of a host to come in and help us boost our power and heal and boost it higher and heal some more and boost it higher and heal our consciousness so that we can access more of the field and take in more of that information and really start to bring on board our clear cognizance, which is that all-knowing download of what we get like when we do telepathy. And so the time is now has been something that's been just like a mantra from the Sasquatch people in my ear. And the first time that I heard that, it just ignited something in my solar plexus, and I was like, it is time, you know? And I feel stifled inside, and I need to break free. Because I don't know about you, but anybody in here that can feel, there's such a static of suffering on this planet, and we all are like programmed to hear a baby cry, and where all of us will turn towards that and be like, what can I do, right? And we're just built for that, or programmed for that. It's like we all have that mothering, fathering instinct built into us, and it's very powerful. And what they want us to do is basically help take our energy to the highest level that we can. And they've kind of created a song, and they're kind of excited about it, and it's really simple, but it's something that you want to kind of keep yourself charged with. And you can do it in groups, and it's basically the time is now to see what I can really do. And when you're saying it, it's not just hot air coming out of your mouth. You're really making a declaration that this is time for change. Enough is enough. I'm a little bit tired of sitting in this particular position that I'm in, and would like to explore more of my sovereignty. And most people, I don't really think, know what sovereignty really is. And so by the end of this hour, I will hope all of you were to really be able to tap into a much higher level of your sovereignty, and we're going to be using that to create some change on this planet. Because they said there's 3 things that we need to really, really change right now. And the techniques are legit. They are the mechanics of eternal life that all of life blueprint is built upon, and we're going to be affecting that consciously. Because if anybody's done any healing work, which most of you have, you know that if you're more specific with what you're trying to focus on or shift, the better the result. Instead of just being kind of blasé and, you know, a blanket spread type of thing, like gracing everybody. We can say, I grace everybody in this room to lift and heal everything that they don't need to experience in order to learn, heal, and grow, right? That's not obstructing anybody's free will. And right now I can feel energy shifting and being cleared off, and then it'll be purified and returned to you as pure creative energy. We can do that all the time for people. And there was a time when they said you need to do this every day, 4 times a day, because there's so much coming up, and we need to help buffer that, because it could be very chaotic, and it is kind of chaotic, and obviously we see that. So the other stance that they want us to take is to make sure that we're not coming from a place of fear, like, oh my God, we have got to do something about this. There's so much suffering going on. And there's fear in that. No, they're like, no, not that. Because there's no power in that. That's victim consciousness. There's no power in that. We have to come from the place of our sovereignty. And that place is love, right? The care. We're like, oh my goodness, like, I want to help you, help yourself. And then we do. And then it's like super joy comes out when that person has a breakthrough. And it's really a beautiful experience. So right now, just turn up your dial of feeling energies moving and really pay attention to yourselves. Come out of your head and start to bring your energy down into your body so it's evenly distributed. And to help with that, there's a particular chamber called a PSSR chamber. Physical, etheric, emotional, mental, spiritual, and astral synchronization chamber. And what that does is it really helps to get us out of our head, because most of us are in like beta consciousness, and you're not going to feel anything in beta consciousness. You're going to be more like, let's get it done, multitask, doing all that. We got to come down to the alpha and theta, even like gamma, right? Gamma is like super creative, very powerful visual experience. So let's just take a moment to allow the room to change into that PSSR synchronization chamber. And all we really need to do is just relax and allow ourselves to get that even distribution through our body. Do your best to feel everything I talk about. Like every word that comes out of my mouth is loaded with information. So I allow my energies to balance out throughout all my bodies so that I can really be present for this moment, because what we're about to do is really important for ourselves and for others. I choose to be present in this moment with my feelings, with every cell in my body. And if you don't know what your epigenetic level feels like, then just say, hey, I choose to know what my epigenetic level feels like right now. And then feel your body kind of tune to that area. Because, getting into quantum mechanics and the sciences of biology, DNA is like a computer. And what is the controller of the computer? The epigenetic overlay. There's also an epigenetic underlay. So we are going to be affecting the epigenetic overlays of our own structures and then the structure of the planet. And that will affect everything. There's some people that know the word Kathara, and that grid is the 15-dimensional morphogenic field template. You are all intimately connected to that. Why? Because when you incarnated on this planet, you came through that template. And you picked up all the things that are on, the beautiful, the good, bad, and the ugly, all the way through, whatever was there at the time coming through. You live on this planet. You have every right to make commands to change it. Every right. If you don't make commands to change, and command from now on, as we speak that, it isn't something like I'm being a narcissist and I'm commanding it. No. It's a loving co-creation with consciousness, because everything is consciousness. And we'll feel that more and more and more as we evolve into that understanding. And tomorrow that will really be brought home. Yeah, so right now there's a Sasquatch elder over here. We've got a really tall, white being, looks like a tall gray. And they're both just beaming energy to you guys. So allow their frequencies to kind of fill up the empty spaces that need to be filled in to help keep realigning you, because we're trying to get you out of, the activities of the day and thinking about past and future and being present right now. And what they're saying to do now is there's a nice little technique called present time realignment. And what I would like you to do is do your best to visualize a ball of light in front of you, and there's going to be a line that goes all the way to the left and then all the way to the right. That's your timeline, okay, in this lifetime. So if you'd like help from the elders to help you with that process, then just say yes, and they will help to bring that in. And they're saying greatness then. And again, greatness. Why not be great? We've been groveling for far too long on this planet. We're like, we haven't quite got to the butterfly stage yet to really, really, really make a difference. We are making a difference, and it's slow, and it's steady, and we're trucking along. Okay. So with this timeline, you just basically have to make a command, because this is your energy, right? So any energy that I have in the past that belongs in the now, to come into the now, washed and cleaned and healed, so that it's nice, pure, creative energy. So if you like that, be like, so be it. And then use your feeling nature to feel what that feels like, to pull the energy that you have from the past into the present. And they're saying this is about you keeping your personal power right here, right now. Because if you don't have your personal power here, what are you doing? You're basically spinning your wheels, right? Struggling along to get something done. That's not very fun. All energies that I have in the present moment that belong in the past, go to the past to their appropriate time and place and integrate there perfectly. If you like that, then just say, so be it, and then feel the shift. Feel how your body gets liberated from holding on to whatever you were holding on to. And that's usually like longing for a better time that we had in the past. You know, that kind of nostalgic energy. That doesn't allow us to be present, does it? If we're thinking about something that was in the past. Daydreaming way too much. It's a form of denial. And in Sasquatch Message to Humanity 3, basically denial, if it's indulged in, that's the demiser of any race, because nothing changes. The worst form of denial is believing nothing's wrong. And most of you are like way out of that. You've got the blinders off. You can see that there's something off here, and we need to do something about it. So let's do that with the future stuff. Any energy that I've projected into the future that's not appropriate there, to be washed and clean and returned back to present time. So be it. And again, feel the shift. Let's keep working on feeling these different energies to see how efficacious you are. How effective was that? It feels pretty effective because I feel like a lot more energy is coming back into my chakras right now. Any energies that are in the now, that belong in the future, go there now and integrate into their perfect place. So be it. And you may notice the room feels cooler. I don't know about you, but it just feels cooler in here. Yeah. So wow, we just did atmospheric change. That's pretty interesting with just a few commands. That's pretty impressive. So again, we're starting to realize our sovereignty now, right? Wow, that was pretty neat. All energy follows thought. All energy follows your thought. Again, all energy, which is consciousness, is listening all the time, and it follows your thought. So people can say, well, why is this happening to me? Why can't I break this pattern of my money getting up in the bank account and then down in the bank account? Why do my relationships come and go? It's because we're not entirely aware of everything we're thinking, right? We've got that subconscious, we've got our denial that we compartmentalize our stuff. That compartmentalization has its place. We have trauma, we have a loss, boom, we can compartmentalize, we can get what we need to get done, and then we are supposed to go and open up that compartment and grieve or process that, but most of us get hit with something else, and then the ball keeps rolling, and next thing you know, we're in the middle of this ginormous snowball effect, and we can't do anything about it. We feel out of control and powerless. And that's what humanity kind of feels like right now. And we definitely pick up on that and go, oh my goodness. You know, what's going to happen to my being? I've been really working hard to keep my life balanced, but all these others are, bless them. What's going to happen if they don't change, right? Are we all going to go down with the ship? That's a real fear for people. But it's not something to be stuck in, because what does that do? Fear cripples you, cripples you. So they're saying, let's do the song, okay? And they want to start off kind of slow, and then they want it to build. So this is more of getting, if you ever watched the Rocky movies, it's getting that eye of the tiger, you know? We've got to get that fierceness in us that's full of love. It's that fierce love that is just intense, yet soft in its delivery. You know, it's unlimited in its ability to transform. So we'll just do the 2. You can do the 3 on your own time, but it's the time is now to see what I can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. The time is now to see what I can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. The time is now to see what I can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. Time is now to see what I can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. The time is now to see what I can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. The time is now to see what we can really do. All right, good. Now, do you feel the energy of how like eternal that feels? Once you get into that rhythm, it's just like, let me do something here. Like, I've got unlimited power coming up. And every time you do that, with curiosity, let's see what I can really do, you're going to be activating your ability to ascend yourself with like joy and grace and power, instead of struggle and powerlessness and like whatever else, the despair and the hopelessness that's just running rampant. So all that out of there, and let that song be one of those songs you don't want to get out of your head, you know? Let it just keep going. And you can take that to higher tones, faster clap, get in a drum circle with that, whatever you want to do. But that's something that they wanted to share, because they're kind of doing that for us. Let's see what you can really do. The time is now. On and on and on. And it's exciting, man. I mean, I get excited with that. Okay. So you've probably heard the word download before. Downloads are basically energetic downloads. That's the ones that we're going to be delivering here is basically every quality and nutrient necessary to actualize that reality of whatever you're downloading. So what we're all going to discover at some point or another, we're really going to feel it, is that we are a certain race of beings, right? We call ourselves human. But what our real title is, we are guardian creator beings. So I want you to really feel that kind of well up within you. If you really resonate with that, you'll get goosebumps and feel that. So allow our elders to help you remember what you really are as guardian creator beings. So if you'd like that remembrance, just say yes and relax completely. And just when you feel like you've relaxed as deep as you can go, just say, I choose to relax even deeper, and you'll be like, wow, I didn't realize I could go deeper. Yes, it's divine surrender, right? Surrender to these beings that are taking time out of their lives to help you. Guardian creator being. We were designed to be able to go into fall systems no matter what was going on and help. That's very powerful. When we are at our highest level of sovereignty, we truly are a sight to behold. Yes, definitely. I've felt it, I've seen it. It's not something I'm parroting at all. This has definitely been my experience. So yes, the waves are going to come in even deeper of guardian creator being. And they're saying, just let us activate the genes that are dormant in you right now. And if you're not equipped with those genes, then you will be given like etheric genes that will run through the rest of your being and kind of come online and help to take you to your highest levels of sovereignty in this lifetime. And if you have the deck of cards that I work to co-create, the reality shifting, consciousness technology experience, there's one in there that they're pointing out, and it's the perfect sovereignty energy. This being, perfect sovereignty, it makes me want to cry. It's just absolutely what I think we all, in the deepest levels, wish ourselves to be. You know, we know this energy, we know it, and we've gotten away from that. So if you would like this being that is just all around us right now of perfect sovereignty to come into your life and help to guide your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, your intentions for the rest of your life, so that you can really experience yourself as a sovereign being, if that sounds good to you, then say, so be it, and that will happen. Yeah, feel that wave come in deep. If you have any emotion that comes up, just breathe it out. It'll be instantly purified and return back to you. I've got a constant grace state around us. And one of the really magnificent download and presences that I've been able to connect with is this being that kind of has a long title, and it is the being of the highest and best, bringing about the highest and best in the highest and best way to produce the highest and best results. So that's like the pinnacle of, if you were to take all of your repression off and all of the stops that we have within ourselves, that's what would come out. I mean, it would just be this energy. So if you would like to hang out with the highest and best, then say yes and feel that energy come into your life. Yes. And so one thing they immediately, this being, I'm like, so what can we do together? And he's like, well, if you see somebody not having a good time, just be like, highest and best them, and I will go to them. And it's just like, and I've been doing this for years, and it's like, wow, these people just change. Like thousands of clearings done in an instant, effortlessly and with ease. Like, this life doesn't have to be hard. This transformation doesn't have to be hard. Like, would you like to be friends with effortlessly and with ease? I mean, that makes life easier. So let's feel what effortlessly and with ease consciousness is. So come on in, buddy. We're all willing to spend time with you right now because we've had enough of the hardship. I don't know about you, but I'm done with it. I've explored that. I got the t-shirts to prove it, and I'm ready to move on. You know, there's a lot more for me to explore than hardship, right? So allow yourself to become part of effortlessly and with ease. I choose to live my life effortlessly and with ease. And feel that shift inside yourself. Again, tuning in and feeling the energies of the blending of your being, your consciousness, with another consciousness. And again, tomorrow, this is really going to be brought home because it's all about consciousness. That's the pinnacle of the information they've given me, and that just really came out like 2 days ago from their perspective. They're like, let me give you my perspective on life as consciousness and what your commingling with consciousness has either done to bring you down or done to make you healthier and more aligned with the absolute perfection that you really are. And in Sasquatch Message to Humanity 3, they gave us a consciousness shift and said, look, see yourself as a diamond just dusting off the rough. You've picked up some things along the way. Because if you see yourself, oh, I've got a problem, I've got this problem, and oh my goodness, well, all this stuff is going on. You are the rough, and you're not aligning with the diamond. The diamond is the one that can change the rough. There's power in the diamond, there's no power in the rough. It's that simple and clear and cut. So what I would like you all to do is visualize a dial. And on the bottom of the dial it says, my sovereignty. And I want you to just slowly turn the dial. There'll be a point where it doesn't turn anymore. You don't want to turn it up to 100 and then like blow your internal grid system. You'll just feel, it'll be counterproductive. We need to slowly rise into our sovereignty and allow that to emerge, because it's something we haven't really spent a lot of time meditating and blending with. And perfect sovereignty, if you really think about it, that is the highest consciousness of what sovereignty has manifested itself to be. That is one part of the eternal presence that has created eternal life for itself. First, like you could say God source, first eternal, right? That's one way of pointing to a consciousness that has created eternal life for itself. And that deck that was produced was, I said, well, what are the ingredients necessary to be an eternal life being? And it said, here's the deck. Check it out. Align with this energy. Let it change you. Let it change you. Okay, so what's next? So we're just kind of doing some cleanup work, and some of you have some hitchhikers. So if there are any hitchhikers that need help, I command them to be contained right now. So if you like that, then say, so be it, and notice the shift. So be it. Yeah. We're not here to be angry at them. They're just, sometimes they like our energy, and they're like, man, they're going to go see a healer in a week, and then I'm going to be getting some help. Okay. So now we just basically make a loving command and say, Creator, give them safe passage to the upper God worlds of eternal life creation right now, and leave my entirety now. And then so be it, and notice the shift. Yeah. And just feel that there's more love in the room now. There isn't this like subtle drag of, please help me. Yes. All right, now go back to your dial and turn your dial up some more until it stops. And feel your energy change. Feel your cells starting to change the vibration and frequency. And the more you raise your vibration, the more dense you become. And in opposite, the frequency drop. It's an opposite thing. So as the frequency rises, vibration drops. As frequency drops, the vibration rises. The higher the vibration, the more dense you are. The lower the vibration, the more space there is, and the less dense you become. And they want to point out one thing. If you have any question about anything, you can just ask, like, what does raising my vibration feel like? And then notice the shift. And it does feel kind of constricting. But what does it feel like if I lower my vibration? It does feel more expansive, doesn't it? More cohesive. Because when we talk about 0 point and getting down, 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 lower, lower, slower, the lowest unified velocity, that's where all the magic happens. That's the brainwave states where we're just like, whoa, I feel like I am connected to everything, and everything's listening, and now what do I do? That's what we're learning to do here. What do I do now? Let's see what I can do. Let's make some commands. So I don't think I need to go into how much suffering there is on the planet. We all can sense that, and we all feel it within our own lives. What the elders would like us to do is create 3 seeds of change. And each one will be basically the same. It's a very similar process. And it's basically us making a command from our heart. We want to make a change happen here. We want to see something different happen. And one thing they pointed out was that we need to reverse the polarity of the violence mutation that's within us and in the planet and in everybody else. It's like a program that we got instilled with, and it's quite obvious to see. So let's make a command right now, feeling the energy of your dial where your sovereignty is at, feeling that really nice, loving, powerful place. And we'll all make a command together. So we command all the energies to shift the polarity of the violence mutation 100% permanently throughout all time and space and dimensional realities. And now sit back and notice what you feel forming up in the center of the room. There's a coalescing of energies that are coming in because there's a lot of other beings going, yes, I'm so grateful that you asked for that. We've been waiting for that specific asking. And you can be like, yes, greatness then. Yes, this is what we're choosing. I love humanity so much. And I can sense that violence, and I choose for the polarity of it to be reversed 100%. So that we can get a reprieve from it. If we don't know to ask for that, do you think it's going to change? No, because it's our stuff. We have to change that. And it's building and building and building. It's quantum right now, so do your best to notice that change. It almost feels like a sun, and it's radiating over the body right now. Yes. Okay. They would like for you to keep adding your love. There's moments that everybody has heard suffering and didn't like it. And we will put love out to the situation. So keep loving the situation. That's basically their message, is keep loving. Keep loving it. This is a very specific form of love. It has a very mental body aspect to it as well. It has a mission, so to speak. It is a seed, and it will grow into a construct that will be part of the future of man and all other beings that decide to come to this planet and have experience here. It's kind of bringing the gravity of this moment into your awareness. What makes us think that we can't shift a whole planet with a small group of people? You know, that's an illusion of powerlessness. So if you'd like that illusion to be erased, then just say yes, yeah, get rid of that. It's like brainwashing, you know? Yeah, and feel it lift. Feel your consciousness getting unplugged from that consciousness that says you're powerless. You can't do that. It's like, yes, I can, and leave now and never return. Yeah. Feel your body become more peaceful. It doesn't have to struggle with that consciousness anymore, does it? No. It's kind of like a friend that was great for a while, and then they get stuck in something, and they become very negative, and you really don't like being around their energy anymore. And it's like, you know, if you want to live like that, I honor your free will. Yet, you know, that part of you, I command that part of you, leave my entirety. I love the other part, but not this part. You know, I don't want to be, because that is connected into another consciousness that's trying to connect into you and get you to agree with them so that you can basically build that level of reality. That's how it works. That's how we create paradigms. That's how we create our future. And that's why there's so much programming going on with news and everything else. So they're like, okay, that's settled in. That seed has been created. We're going to move it to the side. So feel it move to the side. It's going to move over to your right, my left. And try and get out of your head analyzing any of this. Feel it. It's time to feel. Okay, it's time to feel. the head will have a hard time comprehending the gravity of it. And you'll be stuck. Do you want to be stuck? No. So be it. Okay. So the next seed of change that they really have been focusing on and observing us for a long time is apathy. So, I command, from my sovereignty, the complete reversal, of the energies of apathy, 100%. Throughout all time and space, and dimensional realities. Again, just notice the changes. Notice what you are doing. You're creating this. Your consciousness is just looked out into all of existence, and that is you are the chef, and you have unlimited supplies to work with as far as consciousnesses that are willing to work with you because they're really excited about this moment. And they're saying, okay, let me take this ingredient and that ingredient and that ingredient, and let's make this magic mix right now. Yeah, and feel it. It's growing. It's changing. It's birthing itself. It's turning into a consciousness being. And he's basically kind of rubbing his eyes, and he's like, I am the one without apathy. So you can imagine it's like a child with boundless energy. Just non-stop. It has no resistance. Like, you don't have to answer out loud, but how many of you just have a hard time getting going or staying going? You get motivated and you start doing some clearing work or learning a new thing, and then it just drops off. That's kind of that apathy kicking in. I'll do it later. The main point of clearing apathy from ourselves in life and getting it off the planet so we're not in that environmental drag is so that we can really feel unencumbered. And it will feel like that in, just a little while. The main theme that they brought through with me to really focus on and hold is that loving, so feel that, loving, unobstructed. Oh my goodness, to be unobstructed, what an amazing liberty that is. Ascension life, where we basically can learn, heal, and grow, learn, heal, and grow, learn, heal, and grow without all of this opposition and distractions and all of that. Drag on our precious, precious time. We have a lot to do. And it's really exciting because, when you're closest to death, you're most alive type of thing. Well, when you're closest to the bottom of the barrel of as far as where everybody is kind of evolved at in the galaxies, then the contrast can be really huge, and it can be very exciting to come out of that. And we definitely are. And so something that's born out of apathy and works kind of with it, it's kind of a separate consciousness, is lovelessness. That closed down heart, walk by the guy in the street and just not feel anything, it sucks for them, and that just be kind of heartless about the whole thing. That happens a lot. How are we ever supposed to get to the point where we feel so much love in ourselves that we have to do something to change from that power of love instead of the fear? So, I command that the lovelessness be neutralized. 100%. Throughout all time and space. And dimensional realities. Yeah. From this planet. This is our home. We have every right to clean it up, okay? We got to be specific about it, though. We can't mindlessly be sweeping the dirt under the rug. We got to get specific. Yeah, and feel that energy build. This is the solvent to clear the lovelessness on a planetary level. And you're doing it. The time is now to see what I can really do. Oh, so this is what I can really do. I can feel it. I can feel the changes in the room. I can feel the changes in myself. I can feel the changes in the others. We're doing something here. I can feel the beings working, bringing the specific energies that I may not be able to hold right now, but my intention is there. And they're saying it's okay to get help. Sometimes we need help because we just don't have that personal power to get out of that situation within ourselves. Ask for help. We're here. And that's a whole download coming over to everybody right now as well. Helping yourself. It's okay to help yourself. The lovelessness inside that we feel is born of the low self-esteem programming. There's a really strong program that says, I am not yet complete. I need more in order to be complete. And it's like a broken record. It goes around and around and around. And we get stuck there. And we look for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And there's this energy of kind of desperation and clinging and grabbing hold of. And people do that with the Sasquatch people because they've got such power. And when we feel their love, we just like, help me, like, I want to connect with you. And what we're really saying is, I really want to feel the wholeness within myself that you guys are feeling. You are our inspiration. And when I came upon this land, the first thing that I noticed that they were holding was one thing: stillness. It was just stillness. To stop everything you're doing. Just stop for a minute. No chatter in the head. No emotional storms, just complete calm down. So allow, because they're bringing the energy in like huge waves, they're starting to come in around the building of their stillness. Because we've forgotten what it is to be truly still. There's tremendous power in that stillness. And they're bringing to mind like the teachings of Yoda off of Star Wars. And he's basically like, feel the force all around you. Feel the consciousness all around you. And then, is there a disturbance in the force? That's what we'll be picking up on the more we become aware and exercise our ability to feel. Our proximity sensors, they can extend infinitely. So if you'd like that program of I need more in order to be complete, I'm not yet complete, to be removed from your entirety, like if you see that in yourself and you can resonate with that, even if you can't feel it, just be like, all right, if I don't know that I have it in there and it's in there, I choose for it to be removed. Everything connected to it and affected by it to be all cleared and healed. So if you like that, then say, so be it, and allow that to happen. This will help you as it melts down. It's like melting off this facade of scarcity and lack, the low self-esteem energies that we can get stuck in. Oh, I'm not good enough. That, I don't know about you, but it feels gone. It's like I can just be. I don't have to be what people are telling me I have to be or what I think I need to be in order to be accepted. I can just be. And now they're saying, be the stillness. So allow those two constructs to come together as one. Presence, that you are. And they're saying this energy that's coming in right now, this is where you want to be when you're making your commands. It's very calm. You're very collected. There's no fear, right? No fear. It's just relax, in control, balanced, like really, 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 really balanced right now. Let go even deeper. I choose to let go even deeper and allow this energy of stillness to arise, permeate every cell, and reprogram my epigenetic overlay to go into all those incoherent areas that just keep me, here and there, and this and that, 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 and it's never ending. So allow that to be brought into a state of, let's let it be transformed. I mean, it doesn't need to be chaotic anymore. It can be brought back to the state of perfection that it is, or it once was, but we turned it into something else. I mean, William Reif, he developed a microscope that was made with clear quartz crystals, and he could literally watch a bacteria turn into a virus. And Louis Pasteur, on his deathbed, he actually said the whole germ theory of germs make us sick he recanted it. And he said, it's not the germs, it's the terrain. It's us. We are taking a perfectly healthy bacteria and turning it into something dangerous because of our attitudinal behavioral patterns, our frustration, our unforgiveness, our fear, our pessimism. We all know we have these qualities that arise. We try and put on our mask of cheerfulness and get through the day. That's denial. That takes energy. Why not stop that, put it in towards something more constructive, and do that shift that happened a couple years ago with the credo that originally came out of shifting yourself from destructive life to constructive life, right? So if you haven't done that yet, I choose that. If there's any part of me that has made an agreement with myself or others to engage in destructive life ever, do you want to hold on to those contracts? Have you suffered enough of that? If you have, then just say, done, I'm done. And then feel your energy shift as you liberate yourself from having to play that out, basically not knowing it. These are like old, out-of-date contracts that are sabotaging us. If we don't know they're there, how are we going to change that? We just kind of run around and go, what's going on? I don't know why I keep having this sabotage coming in over and over and over again. Your future self has already been there, done that, got the t-shirts, every color, every shape, manner, and form, and it's got the rack. It's got the full wardrobe of all those experiences, and it's at the other end where it's fully living in constructive life, eternal life reality fields. If you would like that energy to come into the present time to help you bridge the gap so that it's so much easier for you from this moment forward to live a constructive life in every area of your life, then say greatness then, and feel yourself shift. You are the one making the greatness happen. You have every right to do this. I love myself enough to do this, right? Do you feel your self-love? This feels good, right? This is self-love in action right here. Yes. So we have 3 seeds of change hovering in the room above us. Let's bring our energy back to that. And let's ask them all to become one. And if you followed any of the material I put out, there was a being that was brought to my awareness, and it's not to be confused with the other term, the one. It is the consciousness of every being that has ever created a oneness with existence. That energy went out into a collective that turned into a larger collective that turned into a consciously aware thought form being that is called the one. So the one is definitely all around this room, but we have to let the one in. So if the one, you're welcome to come in and help us become one within ourselves and help with these seeds of change to become one perfectly. So be it, and feel the change of the one. Come into the room, relax, get out of your head, and feel Use your proximity sensors throughout your entire physical atomic structure. If you've turned them off and you want them turned back on, then just be like, I choose to have my proximity sensors turned back on in the highest and best way that's at the perfect level for me. And notice the change. Yeah. It feels a lot easier to sense what's going on. I don't have to strain to sense what Pluto feels like or what the beings on Pluto feel like or the consciousness of the planet itself. And the Earth right now is like, don't forget about me. I got something to share right now. And whenever you do any kind of group work, the Earth is always listening, especially to people like us. I mean, we care. We pick up the trash. We're not, trying to destroy it. We really do care about it because we know that this is our spaceship. We're flying around at 60,000 miles an hour. We got to take care of it. We're not necessarily being handed our own, interdimensional spaceship saying, here's the keys. You got free reign to do whatever you want. That's future. That will happen. But let's try and get to the place where we don't need technology. We can just do what the Sasquatch people do, teletransportation. And they're giving a high five right now. They're like, yeah, let's do that. Because that's really the organic life instead of the technocratic AI life that can really be a problem. Yes, the one is there. They're coming together, and there's a being. It's just, I'm going to introduce you and just enjoy the energy. And this is the consciousness of unlimited. It's truly unlimited. So, unlimited, be my friend. Hang out with me every day. And feel the energy shift in the room of unlimited. And unlimited has really kind of a job. And the job is to take these 3 seeds of change that have turned into one and make it truly unlimited. So let's give it a command or a friendly co-creative command that says, could you please make this truly unlimited in its ability to transform? And if you like that, be like, so be it. Yes to that. Yes. This is the power that we need to truly affect on a planetary scale. We need that unlimited energy there. It overrides all the technology that would try and stop it, and so much resistance for me to come here. The moment I decided to come, it was just immediately there on me, like, no, we've got to stop them. We've got to stop this. So when you get into that place, you're doing something right because you're offsetting their obstruction of our life. If we let them get away with it, they're going to get away with it. Do we want to let that happen? No. I think we've all got the T-shirt that says, I've been there and done that. I'm tired of being manipulated and controlled. I choose my sovereignty again. And to be the sovereign being that I am. That's my natural state, is sovereignty. And again, every day you can say, sovereignty, help me realize it on a deeper level emotionally today, intellectually today, spiritually today, etherically today, astrally today, all of me today. And buckle your seatbelt because it's going to be like the best day ever feeling, And when you have those best days ever, put that out there. Like, this is the best day ever. Because when you build that energy and you're not having the best day ever, you can be like, best day ever. And that consciousness all comes back and it realigns with you and you get right back into your alignment again. So the earth is truly grateful. It's making me cry inside right now. Let the earth just love on you. I mean, it's just like, thank you so much for coming and being this specific and being this powerful and getting to this place. It's been hard. I've felt you all along. And I'm here to support you every single way. So really let that love in. Let it heal your struggle and your sadness. Because she's like, I'm getting all the help I need from the guardians. I'm going to be okay. But it's you guys that got to catch up to what's going on in me. It's earth synchronization. We have to catch up. These energies that are coming in now are internal, eternal domain energies. This is the finest portal that I've ever laid my eyes on, closest to that source energy. And it's finally gotten to the point. It's really, this hasn't happened on this level ever. And she's almost just like doing a chant. She's like, I love you every day, in every way. I love you every day, in every way. And it just keeps pulsing this like bass pulse rhythm. Boom, boom, boom. So allow yourself to feel that rhythm of the earth, because it's very peaceful. And again, it helps us to come out of the fear. She's like, the fear in you makes me nervous. Just like when we feel fear from somebody else, it makes us nervous. Or if they're angry, we feel a little nervous. She's like, just be at peace. She's like giving us all downloads, individual downloads, to help ameliorate the fear that you carry. And what have we learned today? What is fear? It's a consciousness. It's a being. And it wants more of the same. So it's going to look for a way in to become a part of your life. We've just invited in some really beautiful, benevolent consciousnesses to be our allies. Right? We look at orb beings, right? Orbs everywhere. They all have their own feeling. These are like the sphere being alliance. They are like spheres, and they can envelop the entire planet effortlessly and with ease. So if you're ever out and you're like, whoa, I'm tuning into some serious fear energy, call in the consciousness of love and just be like, hey, all around the planet right now, just the whole thing. You can do it. Everybody can do it in this room. Whether you've ever had any experience or not, all you need to know is that it's a consciousness. You feel it, and then you say, hey, could you please do this? And it's going to be like, sure, that's just more that I get to love. This is awesome. All right. Yeah, okay. So, with our awareness on Earth, she's going to kind of withdraw the consciousness a little bit so that you can feel the body of the Earth as it kind of stands now, with all of the things going on inside, on top of the surface, and in the atmosphere. It's not the most pleasant feeling, but it's a reference point so that you can feel what's about to happen. So if you're sensitive, you'll notice that there are two, they're Sasquatch beings, but I call them giants. I mean, my head, I'm over 6 feet tall, and my head is at their knee. They're just very powerful, enormous beings, and boy, their eyes have seen a lot. And they are going to take our co-creation, and they are going to ensure that this gets safe transport to its location. And the location is going to be off the coast of Florida at Siesta Key. There is a stargate there that's called the Grual Point or the Grail Point. That is a download area. When you download energy into that portal, and definitely there are guardians there, you can't really let anything go through. They've got complete control of that portal system now. Thank God. Because that's anything gets a hold of that, and it could be a real nightmare. But we're going to add something really special to it. We're going to add our love. We're going to add the reverse polarities, reversing apathy, violence, and lovelessness. Okay? That's all unlimited right now. So before they take it and move it, they want us to bring our attention kind of bifocus, where it's on Earth, feeling it where it's at, and then feeling this unlimited now seed of change. They're going to kind of encapsulate it because it's really, really radiant, and they're not trying to blow us out of the room with it, but they're going to give it to us enough so that it changes our consciousness enough to know that we really have created something here. So in 3, 2, 1, they're opening it up, and just sit back and relax and feel how wonderful this energy is. Feel the unstoppableness of the energy as well. Like there's nothing that blocks this. It just goes right through. It's got that energy of effortless and with ease about it. Yeah, the intensity is turning up a little bit more. Okay. Relax your toes and fingers and let that energy come out of your toes and fingers. You guys are clamping down on those meridians, and we're supposed to be radiant beings, okay? Not dim light bulbs. Radiant. How do you become radiant? You relax. You don't indulge in fear, and you love. Period. And you get to the point where you can speak about love, you can be love, and it isn't taboo. It isn't some, oh, really? You're you're a hippie? It's like, no, I'm a loving being, not a hippie. Get your prejudiced stereotype away from me. I don't need that consciousness infecting me. Feel who I am and respect it. That's sovereignty in action with some tough love added to it. Okay. So now it's kind of getting hot in here. So they're going to close this back up and put it into a nice suitcase for transport. And they're like, the typical Sasquatch, like super happy, joy, thumbs up energy, like, you ready? So we give you permission to teletransport this co-creation that we have made with our sovereignty to the Grual point. And notice as they leave, the room change, and they're like, bye-bye. Yes. Okay, so stay here in the room. Try not to go out unless you've really got good transportation protection, because there are activities happening that don't want this to happen, and I don't want you to get caught in any crossfire. So I'm going to, project out there and just let you know what's happening. Okay, it's there. The guardian beings that are there, they're giving a thumbs up and they're super happy, and I get this really joyful feeling in my solar plexus chakra. It's like, yes, there's going to be a liberation that's going to take place. So they're handing it off to the guardians there at the Stargate, and they are going to be bringing it to Dimension 1 first. So get ready for a dimensional trip, okay? Because we're going to go through all of the dimensions. It'll go kind of quick, but I want you to just help you remember this path you took as you came into this life. It'll feel familiar just to some of you. Okay. So now they're taking it down to Dimension 1, and they're going to kind of bring the energy of Dimension 1 here now. So what does Dimension 1 feel like in the Cathar grid of the planet right now in present time? and it's not going to feel very pleasant, so I'm not going to let it hang out for very long. Okay? Now go ahead and let's all make the command. Plant the seed of change.
Plant the seed of change.
And notice the energy going into that first dimension. And they're opening up the case and releasing it. And now feel the energy of the first dimension. It's like, whoa, that's definitely feeling like levitation. Okay, and now it's coming up into 2. So what's 2 feel like before? Not very happy. Okay, now bring it in and let it heal that area. And that's starting to unfold and feel a lot better. And they're like, enough of that dimensional stuff, because there's a lot of energies that are just, we don't want to bathe ourselves in that. So all the energies that you did pick up, I command them to all be washed and clean from my entirety now. So be it. And now we're just going to take that happy trip up the rainbow of the dimensions. So going into 3, which is going to be your solar plexus link. So all that energy is definitely opening up and feeling better. Now it's going into 4. Heart center. To me, it looks all black, very full of pain, and it's starting to become lighter and lighter and lighter. There's actually some color coming into it now. So it feels a lot better. And they're kind of going quick, so it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Dimension 15, beautiful magenta energy. Some people call it the rainbow or the violet fire. It's really more of a magenta. It's a blending of 2 flames. Okay, so what is the Cathara grid feeling like as a whole? Wow, that feels pretty good to me. So let's all make that grace command. So we command grace, to lift and heal everything.
To lift and heal everything.
That this entire planet doesn't need.
That this entire planet doesn't need.
In order to learn, heal, and grow.
In order to learn, heal, and grow.
From its entirety.
From its entirety.
Purified.
Purified.
And feel that purification happening. It'll feel like a massive vacuum cleaner is just like whoosh, pulling out, and the transmutation. And let that keep going, because there's a lot of it. We're just basically doing this process to help expedite we're clearing out the smoke screen and the detritus that's just been hanging around. A lot of healers dump their energy into the planet, and that's an irresponsible behavior. We need to transmute it and not burden the planet. So we're basically cleaning up that. They didn't know any better. No blame. It's just there's a different way of doing it, and it's called 100% energetic responsibility when you're doing clearing work in Energy Medicine 101. Okay, so things are definitely starting to change faster and faster and faster. All that purified energy, let's say, bring it all back to the most appropriate place and integrate it there. So if you like that, then say, so be it.
So be it.
And then feel this massive upshift in energy for everyone. Yeah. Yes. And you just did that, okay? You did it. You just affected planetary change. So kind of back out of the Cathara grid, those energies, those dimensions a little bit. Get back into the chair, back into your body more. Feet on the ground. Any excess energies that I picked up that are going to keep me in imbalance to be rebalanced now. So be it, and just allow that shift to happen. Some of us are really good psychic sponges, and we can take on too much. So this is for the psychic sponges of the group where it just smooths everything out and brings you back into a more foreign energy free space. Yeah, and now hear that drumming out there. There's some power in that now, right? Would that drumming be different if there wasn't this upshift in power? You bet, for sure. There's just like thumbs up and let everybody feel this joyous energy. There's so much joy coming in, I'm about to break down. It's just so much love. They're so happy for us. They want you to experience yourself as a sovereign being, and you just did that. And that's going to grow, because once you get a taste of sovereign life, there's no turning back. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we've basically completed our job. Thank you all for being sovereign, but let's do the before and after, okay? So get ready to feel what you have done. We've activated ourselves. The time is now to see what I can really do. Now let's see what you've really done. Creator, in the highest and best way, what did this planet feel like before we planted these seeds of change today? Let the energy come in. It's not going to feel very pleasant. Okay. I think you get the idea. What does it feel like now that we've planted these seeds of change? Feel it lift off? Whoa, that feels better. What's it going to feel like tomorrow? Feel that. Feels even better. What's it going to feel like a week from now? Whoa, that feels even better. Goosebumps up and down the body. What's it going to feel like a month from now? Whoa, super rarefied. Like, you want to talk about coherence and like what 0 point energy is like really about, like super, super balanced. Again, meditate on eternal life. That's a being, okay? Consciousness, being, my friend, come on in. Teach me what eternal life is all about, and you will have, you don't need internet. You got like friends everywhere. Yeah, whatever you need to know. Math, you don't need math? Okay, mathematic. Come on in, man. Hook me up. Give me the download. Help me with my homework. Let's get this done. No problem. All right? Okay. So the energies that we've picked up from going back in time and feeling what it felt like before, let all that go. All right? That was then. This is now. That will go back through time and heal that. All right? This is like timeline change as well. There's a lot to talk about with that, and I'm not going to get into it. It's just a lot. Feel it, and you'll learn from it. There's one other thing they taught me, that we can make like quantum shifts. I just want to tune in to find out what the highest point in the future that we can anchor into the now, so that we can be like super excited and live in that space and not have to wait for that time. So is it more than a year in the future that we can bring into the now from the Planting Seeds of Change from the 2019 Psychic Sasquatch Conference? Is it more than a year? More than 2 years? No. Year and a half. 6 months, 6 months, 3 days. A year, 6 months, and 3 days from now, what is it going to feel like? Whoa. Breathe it in, right? This is your doing. You did this, right? You're responsible for this. And are you proud of that? Like, yeah. It's something to be proud of. So, Creator and elders and guardian beings, make that shift. Bring that future into the now and then anchor it. And let's just enjoy the ride. Let's feel it. Especially the anchor point, all right? So it's coming in. It's coming in more. Everything is lighting up, just light everywhere. And now it's going to lock in 3, 2, 1, now. Whoa. Right? Quiet. we just stop the drum circle? For this moment, you feel that change? That's the absence of the violence mutation, apathy and lovelessness. What's the next most appropriate step? Come on in, love. You've got some room now. You're not being obstructed. Come home. This whole planet, all the dimensions, every subdimension, inner Earth, surface Earth, upper Earth, all of it, the entire construct throughout all time, space, and dimensional realities. Welcome home. If you like that, then greatness then. Yes. And if you feel like you need to, later on just bawl, but just bring your awareness back to your new friend. Because if you notice, it brought bags this time. It's like, okay, I don't have to pack and go and wait for everybody to clear out all the opposition to my presence. Like, you notice how love comes and goes, and it comes and goes, right? It's like, why isn't it always present? Because there's lovelessness and apathy and violence. It's not really liking that, it's all about love. All right. So there's a whole other set of beings. They're our cosmic cousins, and they've been chomping on their popcorn and just watching this moment. And so they're like, great job, man. Like, we didn't know you had it in you. Like, great job. Like, awesome. Because this moment, when you affect this planet is actually a center for a much larger grid. And on and on and on it goes. So know that you have just affected life everywhere. So if you want to feel what your effect is on life everywhere from this seed of change planting, then say, I choose to feel that now. I choose to feel that now. And feel, it's just amazing feeling. It feels like everything's coming together again. Wholeness, oneness, everything we've been really longing for and talking about. It's coming in. It's here. And you did it. So welcome to a new earth, right? You're going to walk out of this room and it's going to feel different. Was a download that is really important to come in, and we're going to download it into all life forms on this planet with our loving intention and command. And it's the download of living our life 100% in eternal life alignment without all that old programming we just worked on clearing. Right? That's the old life. We need to know how to live in eternal life alignment without that. So if you'd like that energy to come in, then say, so be it, and it'll come in. And feel the rush come into all your cells, every area of your life, because it's going to really be like one of those moments where you're in the world but not of it. Like, you can still see it playing out as the ripples diminish more and more and more. They get weaker and weaker and weaker because the wind is no longer blowing in the sail of violence as much as it used to. It's like we just pulled there's still beings that we're going to honor their free will. That's love. But it doesn't mean we have to live that way. And we're basically taking a stand on this planet, and we're holding this space. We're the first ones. This is being recorded. So everybody out there that has done this through watching on the TV, thank you. And we're going to feel all their energy coming into the room now from the future, thanking us for anchoring this first original moment of it. This has been my experience when working with the Sasquatch. That's where we can be. Let's do that. Let's take it to that level. This is fun. To me, it's like the most joyous thing that I can possibly share. I'm truly grateful for everybody in this room and your loving intentions. and getting to the point to actually be able to sit in this room. I mean, there's people like, I can't do that. Or just their saboteurs are like, no, you just go do something else. You're going to get tired. You're going to get sleepy. And they won't show up. So you guys are really powerful. So what did the group feel like before we did this self-empowerment? Feel yourselves go back down. And what do you feel like now? Looks like pretty radiant beings to me. You can feel that. So that's natural. It's not a radiance isn't a struggle. It's just when we stop blocking it, Thank you. That's it. Peace.